40 strange lost video games. Let's watch this. Oh, you again, man. This guy. Zombie Town.
Zombie Town.
Oh, it's
Zombie
Minecraft.
Town is an unreleased game that was created by Notch, the creator of Minecraft. This
Wait,
game was
what?
made around February.
Oh, this one.
2009,
Yeah, I know this.
a couple
Yeah.
months before he would start his
I
development
know
of
this.
Minecraft. This was apparently Notch's first game to feature 3D models. After beginning his work on Minecraft, Notch realized that the blocky characters from the Zombie Town project would fit nicely into Minecraft, and is famously now known as Steve. It's super interesting that Steve came from another
Steve.
game that wasn't made for Minecraft originally. A pretty cool fact which I don't think a lot of people know. It has never been released to the public, this game. The only mention of it was from a small personal blog Notch had made discussing the origins of Minecraft.
Yeah.
He would also upload a short video of gameplay alongside this. This is the only gameplay footage that exists online.
Huh.
Waluigi's Toenail Clipping Party. This is definitely one of the weirdest Nintendo games made. Waluigi's Toenail Clipping Party, also known as Waluigi's...
Whoa, there's multiple people on here. Multiple employees on this YouTube channel.
Foot Faults was a flash game from the year 2000, which involved the player having to clip Waluigi's toenails and catch them with a jar to earn points.
That's
The game's
disgusting.
existence was discovered through a Nintendo Power magazine article titled Mamma Mia, It's Waluigi, discussing the game and stating that it would be found on the website waluigi.com. This bizarre game hasn't been archived and has become lost. No screenshots or gameplay footage has been saved. All that's been discovered is a preview of the game, which was found through the Wayback Machine.
Wait.
Waluigi, discussing the game and stating that it would be found on the website waluigi.com. This bizarre game hasn't been archived and be found on the website waluigi.com.
Ragged clippings and toe jams all over your hard drive. Oh, that's disgusting.
Has been saved. All that's been discovered is a preview.
Hedgehog Tokyo Toy Show prototype. A year before its release, the Sega Genesis game Sonic the Hedgehog would make its first debut appearance at the 1990 Tokyo Toy Show. This would be the first time the public would be aware of Sonic the Hedgehog. A small playable demo featuring an early version of Green Hill Zone was put up at the show, which contained a lot of differences to the final game. In this demo, when Sonic jumps, he doesn't do his iconic curling ball spin. Sonic himself looks a bit different. Green Hill Zone as well contains a lot of differences to the final game, such as having clouds, weird blue structures in the background, and a strange sign that says "You are welcome, never seen." This prototype also showed an enemy which would never appear in Sonic again. This tech demo would only be seen in 1990 and would never be seen again. Only a handful of images of this demo exist. Sega supposedly lost the ROM to this tech demo. They had plans to include it in the Sonic Mega Collection for the GameCube in 2002, but were unable to due to them losing it. Since Sega themselves don't have this tech demo anymore, it's probably unlikely this will ever resurface.
PIG. This was a cancelled 3D platformer by Team 17 that was planned to be released in 1999 for the PlayStation 1 and PC. In this game, you played as a pig
1999. That's insane.
character who goes by Private Investigator George, and had a job of investigating the strange disappearances of piglets. There were many levels and areas to explore in this game, each having unique puzzles and minigames. It would have played similar to other popular platformers at the time like Banjo-Kazooie. The game was apparently cancelled due to Team 17's success with Worms, and the game has never seen the light of day.
Baby Shaker. In 2009, a game was released on the iOS App Store known as Baby Shaker. The goal of the game, released on the iOS App Store known as
Never shake a baby.
Baby Shaker. The goal of the game was to shake your phone to stop a crying baby until X marks appear over their eyes. This was a very controversial and incredibly weird game. The media and public became pretty shocked over it upon learning about
Wait, X mark means like usually in cartoons, like a drawing stuff, we have like the rules, right? No, I'm not the person who's drawing, but in drawing, we people have some rules, right? They have like, if it's like a X mark like symbol on the eyes, then it means it's dead. So you just kill the baby, pretty much.
its existence. News articles would cover this game,
Is it?
discussing it and the outrage it caused. Child advocacy groups accuse the game of glorifying and ridiculing shaken baby syndrome, a form of brain injury which happens when a baby or a toddler is shaken. The game was pulled from the App Store not long after releasing, and has since become lost media.
Plants vs. Zombies Talking Zombitar. Talking Zombitar was an iOS virtual pet game from 2012 where the player would look after a zombie from Plants vs. Zombies, training it, dressing them up, and much more. Similar to Talking Tom, the zombie would repeat everything the player would say to it. The game was eventually cancelled for reasons that are unknown and never saw the light of day. The only thing that exists of it is a short trailer.
Interesting.
Beanball Benny. Beanball Benny was a cancelled Sega Genesis side-scroller game from 1991. The game would be cancelled after its publisher New Vision had shut down. For the longest time, the only thing left of this game were some old magazine advertisements, providing 2 low-quality screenshots and information. It wasn't until 2010 when gameplay footage and screenshots had been uploaded online after a prototype of the game was discovered. This found prototype of the game was bought through an eBay sale. The person who bought it and uploaded this footage of it online had no idea it was lost media when originally buying it. They never ended up dumping the ROM and had since gone on to sell it to someone. All that remains of this game is this footage.
FNAF 4 Apple Store bootleg. In 2015, around the time that Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was released, a fake version of the game was released onto the iOS App Store. The game was $10 and looked like the official game, having the exact same description and reviews that were positive, stating this is to be the real official FNAF mobile game. But it most definitely wasn't. The game starts off with really bizarre imagery and strange questions before turning into an off-looking 2D side-scroller. It wouldn't be long until the creator of FNAF, Scott Cawthon, took legal action, resulting in this bootleg game being taken off the App Store. This fake Five Nights at Freddy's 4 game has since become lost media.
Minds Willing. In 2009, on the Universal Pictures Germany websites, a flash game was available to play which contained a screamer. This game was made to promote the horror film Unborn, which was being released at the time. In this game, players had to search for a ghost within a picture provided, zooming in and out around the picture with a magnifying tool. After a few seconds, a slideshow of different zombies appear with a loud scream. The game was never properly archived, and because of this, the game has become lost and unplayable, and as well left quite obscure. There's not a lot of information online about this Screamer game, and hardly any surviving footage of it.
Wait, it's like a maze game, right? Web game, right?
Air Jump. This is an iOS game from 2012 which has become lost media. It was developed by Avalon Alliance Limited and was a platformer which would involve you controlling a small ball character and having to jump on different platforms and weird monsters. Only a few gameplay videos and a trailer can be found online of this game.
Cube Zone.
So that means no one played this game before.
Game created by Sega and was planned to be released back in 1988 for the Sega Master System. The game never was released and has become a pretty obscure mystery. The only evidence of its existence is from a 1988 spring issue of Tonka's Sega catalog. The game was featured in the adventure section and was described as having colorful, explosive graphics. It's unknown what gameplay would have involved, and to this day, no other information, footage, or images of Cube Zone has resurfaced.
Ultimate Prank Game. In 2008, a video was uploaded to YouTube titled Ultimate Prank Game. This video showcased footage of a game which played similar to the infamous Scary Maze game. It shows a glowing orb going through a red maze. However, before the third level is completed, a jump scare appears with the
this one
Sonic.exe
I was
screen.
talking about.
The description of the video states that a download link would be coming soon, which never happened. The video for a while was set to private before eventually turning unlisted. This game is unplayable these days.
Zanpo Virtual Cities. Zanpo Virtual Cities was an online multiplayer game that was released all the way back in 1999. The game was about collaborating with other users to create different virtual cities using blocks. You could view different cities, submit blocks, and chat to other players in a community forum. With a monthly fee, players would be able to become a mayor of their city, adding blocks that had been submitted by users, delete blocks, and moderate messages in forums. The game unfortunately shut down in 2017, and the website since has become completely inaccessible.
Catch of the day. In 2008, EA had been developing a fishing game for the Wii and DS known as Catch of the
EA.
Day. It was announced to the March 2008 issue of Nintendo Power, which provided screenshots and information about the game. It had plans to release not long after in June. However, time went on and nothing was heard of this game. Years passed and the game never saw the light of day. On March 7th, 2022, video footage of an unfinished and early Wii build would be uploaded online after someone managed to discover an early build on a Wii RVTH development unit.
Slender Dark Legend. Slender Dark Legend was a rip-off Slender game once playable on Android devices. It was your average Slender knockoff game that contained all different types of modes: story mode, multiplayer mode, survival mode, and more. According to differing reviews made, the game was not the best. It was eventually taken down around 2013. This game had a free version and a full version to download, both of which...
Okay, let me just skip some of those parts.
This game was created by a developer of different features. Eventually,
Okay, fake one.
And computer in 1999.
These studios and released back over, water creatures would spawn in the game.
However, it had an education
Part of the to be a
BG.
Jump scare and some shit.
The game was eventually
would
Craft
then turn
World?
into Little Big Planet, releasing in 2008 instead. This Craft World prototype game has become lost, only a few bits of gameplay actually exist. Fans have thankfully created a remake of Craft World and Little Big Planet 2, so it all comes full circle.
Huh.
while. In fact, before 2024, the only hint at its existence was in the
1988.
Namco Museum of Art's video discussing the Splatterhouse series. It wasn't until May 30th, 2024 when a Japanese Famicom researcher
Huh.
demo was made to show what
Friends team, a company that has made
Talking
many
Cat
other Talking
Lover.
Tom ripoff games. This Talking Cat Lover game was eventually deleted around 2016, and the only thing left of it is a couple different screenshots. No footage is available.
Charlie Brown's All-Stars. On the back of the instructions, all
lost and unplayable.
2000 with only
However, it was ultimately cancelled, likely due to the poor reception and sales of the first game. Due to its cancellation, this special edition has also never seen the light of day.
taking turns and jumps, collecting coins while getting chased.
Wait,
by-
this is straight up Temple Run. Do you guys know the mobile game called Temple Run? This is copy pasta.
pack of zombie-like creatures,
DromeRacingChico.com website
and would be shown again a year later.
And the
Back in 1978, the game had been forgotten.
Copyrighted characters. This game
Whoa, this is a copy pasta Minecraft.
was not licensed by Mojang. The game was eventually taken down. It's unknown if Mojang had requested the game to be removed. The iOS version of this game has not been archived and has gone completely missing. However, the APK for Android devices has been managed to be archived online.
Yeah, this is why Android users are more powerful. Like, you guys can see that, right? iPhone users couldn't able to save the file, okay, save the game. But Android users converted to the APK file, which is if you click it, then it's pretty much like an app or an application that you could just install on your phone. Yeah, I quite like that feature, like .apk. I quite like that.